So this next lab, we're going to be looking at solutions, and one of the things that we're going to have to do in this lab is do a series of dilutions and making new solutions. So what is dilution? Well, if you think of the word dilute, it's something that's weaker, and so dilution is a process where you make a solution weaker by taking some portion of it and adding water to it. So if I have lemonade and I have strong lemonade, we take some water and add it to it, that's diluting it. And there's a couple different ways, so there's a couple different solutions we're gonna look at here. For instance, this is a solution of, let's say I have the blue dye solution, and this is some stronger solution. So you can see this is darker, and it's a known molarity. Let's say, for instance, we have 5.0 molar solution of blue solution. So the blue dye, and I have some known volume of this. For instance, 25 milliliters or 0.025 liters. Okay, now I add some water to it. So let's say I take this solution, I add some water, and you can see that it got fainter, and I have now 50 milliliters. Okay, so 50 milliliters. Well, what is the new molarity of this solution? So clearly it's gotten weaker, and I have made the volume bigger. So we need to find the new molarity of this solution. And so I'm going to diagram out kind of what this looks like. So, you know, you have this beaker of blue solution, and it's 5.0 molar and 0.025 liters, and then I'm taking this and I'm adding water to it, and then it gets dilute. It gets, you know, you have more of it, and we make a new, so now we have this new thing which is not as strong. So the question mark is molarity, and I have a known volume because I made it to 0.050 liters now. Well, one of the things that when we look at it in dilution is what's the same and what's different. So same, question mark. If I know molarity in liters, well, we know from the molarity equation that molarity times liter equals moles. Okay, so molarity times liters equals moles. So I know the moles of blue stuff. Well, if I add water to that, here, are the moles the same or different? Well, I haven't taken out anything. I haven't removed any moles of stuff. I haven't added more blue stuff. So here, the moles of blue stuff is the same because I've just taken whatever is here and I've just added water to it. So one concept that we're thinking about here is, well, the moles in beaker 1, so I'm going to call this beaker 1, and this is beaker 2. The moles of beaker 1 equal the moles in beaker 2, which means that the molarity times the liters in beaker 1, so molarity 1 and the beaker liters of 1 is going to equal the same as the molarity 2 times the liters 2. Okay, so remember, molarity times liters is moles. I have this question mark molarity here. I know this volume, or the liters here, and now I'm just kind of fitting it into this equation. So moles here and the moles here are the same. Well, I have a lot of stuff here, right? So I know that this number is 5.0 molar, and this number here is 0.025 liters. Okay, that's some moles equals, this is, I don't know this number, so this is molarity 2 times liters 2, I know this number, 0.0550 liters. So can I solve for this right here? Well, we sure can. We know this times this equals this times this. I'm going to divide both sides by the liters to get rid of that. Okay. And now you can see, well, molarity 2 equals, if I take this times this, divide by this, that ends up being 2.5 molar. So I cut it in half, which is kind of what you expected because you doubled the volume, so that concentration got cut in half. The other way that we make a solution in this lab is, let's say I take some solution here. So let's say this is 5.0 molar still, but I want to make some target molarity solution. So let's say I take a graduated cylinder and I have 80 milliliters, or this is 0.080 liters, and I want to make some target molarity that is something like 3.8 molar. Okay, so let's say I want to make a 3.8 molar solution. It's weaker than this, and the question is, how much of this stuff do I need in here to make 3.80 molar solution? I know I'm not going to need to fill this all the way up. I need to fill it up part way and then add some water to it, but I don't know. So my question mark is, how many liters of this do I need? Okay, so if you kind of think about this, you're going to have some solution here. So I have my blue solution, and I had 5.0 molar, question mark liters. I gotta take this, I gotta add it to my graduated cylinder. So I need to add some volume in here. So this is question mark liters. And then I gotta add some water to it up here, right? This is water, and now it's gonna be diluted to be 3.8 molar. And my volume, I want to make 80 milliliters of this, is 0.080 liters. Well, once again, if I take this amount here, right, and I know that this is some solution here, so this is some volume and some liters. Well, this is, I have some moles of blue stuff here. And where did that blue stuff come from? Well, it came from here. Some little chunk of this, right? Some little chunk of this thing here is my blue stuff. So whatever blue stuff I have in here, I'm going to put it in here. Did the number of moles, are the number of moles any different? And the answer is no, they're not different. They're the same. So whatever moles of blue stuff here I have is the same as the moles of blue stuff here. So once again, molarity 1, whatever molarity 1 here, times liters 1, the moles here equals the moles here. Molarity 2 times liters 2. So I'm going to take my 5.0 molar times L1, that's my question mark, equals 3.8 molar times 0.080 liters. Because whatever moles here, that's going to be the same as whatever moles I need out of here. So in this case, I take these two, multiply them together, 3.8. So that's 0.304 moles equals 5 times liters. Divide both sides by 5 because I want to get rid of this. And so my liters, the liters I need from this thing is going to be 0.0608 liters or 60.8 milliliters. So I need to take 68.8 milliliters out of this, dump it in here, and I'm going to add the rest water to get my final solution. So the big equation you got to know for dilution is molarity 1 times liters 1 equals molarity 2 times liters 2. Or a lot of times people write it as molarity 1 times volume 1 equals molarity 2 times volume 2. And sometimes you can even use, if you have milliliters for both your volumes, you can use milliliters, but I like to have liters because then everything, all the units cancel out. All right, good luck.